Thank you for staying tuned. And in the world of commodities, the Pakistan government has decided to impose a ban on export of wheat and wheat flour amid rising concern over the price hike trend of roti and other wheat products in the wake of low wheat production in the country. Also, we will be looking at carrots as Nigeria remains the largest producer in Africa. Ofumi Adebowale, one of the research analysts with Financial Derivatives Company, will take us through these. Hello, Fumi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chimizi.
So what do you make of the whole idea of Pakistan banning wheat, and what would that mean for countries such as Nigeria?
The reason for the ban is because of domestic shortages that have jacked up the price of wheat in Pakistan. And Pakistan is the ninth largest producer in the world. However, it accounts for less than 1% of global exports. So we do not really expect the development to have a significant increase in global price of wheat.
And the commodity in focus on which is carrot. Nigeria is Africa's largest producer of carrots with an annual production of approximately 221,000 tons. That's in 2017. Now, is this enough? What can be done to increase production to optimal levels?
Definitely, at an annual production of 221,000 metric tons, Nigeria is producing just 37% of its optimal capacity. And this commodity is produced in states such as Plateau, Kano, Kaduna, and Sokoto, which are prone to violence. So for us to increase production to attain optimal capacity, then we have to address security challenges. That's one of the main challenges. Apart from that, carrot is a semi-perishable commodity, so we have to improve storage facilities. So these two challenges require capital investment. And this is where the government needs to come in to partner with the farmers and also put in policies to attract, investors into the industry.
China is the world's largest carrot producer, accounting for about 41% of global production. Now, the country exports about more than 50% of its production, which is more than 90% of Nigeria's output. What can Nigeria learn from this country?
Yeah, there's been an increase in demand for carrots, and that's due to its increasing health benefits. It contains beta carotene, which helps to improve vision. It also helps to reduce aging. So because of this, we've seen an increase in exports from countries such as China, which exports more than 50% of its production. And that is about 90% of what Nigeria currently produces. So that shows that the commodity is commercially viable, and Nigeria can also take advantage of the market, since it's the largest producer. But for us to achieve this, we have to, invest in storage, like I said earlier, because the commodity is perishable. And we also need to address challenges that are faced in the states where the commodity is being produced.
Now, okay, you talked about the storage problem, of course, which is having seen that carrot is actually a kind of a semi-perishable commodity. So what can be done to actually salvage this situation of storage constraints?
Yes, to be able to solve the problem regarding storage, I believe the government needs to, partner with the farmers, because it requires a huge sum of money to address these challenges. And we also need to attract investors, foreign investors, to invest in storage facilities. So if this is in place, I believe that Nigeria will be able to, maximize its potential in the market.
All right, thank you for your time, Fumi. And the World Bank says Tanzania's economy expanded 5.2% in 2018, the second major report this year from a multilateral financial institution, contradicting rosier government figures. Tanzania's finance minister had told Parliament last month that growth was 7% last year. In a report, the World Bank, which makes its calculations based on state data, also forecasts 2019 growth at 5.4%, again lower than the government's estimate of 7.1%. According to the report, last year's growth was affected by a decline in investment, exports and private lending. Our President John Magufuli embarked on an ambitious program of industrialization after coming to power in 2015, investing billions of dollars into infrastructure, including a new rail line, reviving the national carrier and a hydropower plant. The World Bank report follows an unpublished International Monetary Fund report in April that also raised questions over Magufuli's handling of the economy. And in Zimbabwe, Finance Minister Mutuli Nkubi seems to be doing everything by the book as he pursues orthodox economic policy often prescribed by the global Bretton Woods lending institutions to try and turn around a sickly economy. The government is running a budget surplus for the first time in years and has reported runaway money printing, which led to hyperinflation of 500 billion% in 2008. Last month, the central bank raised its overnight lending rate to 50% to protect the local currency after ending a decade of dollarization. And for equities market updates, let's now talk to Temple Ashaju right there at the floor of the exchange. Hello, Temple. Okay, what's the update on today's market? What's happening? What's the latest development at intraday? The market, of course, was down. So where are we at the moment?
Well, the market is still in the south, still down. We're not seeing any catalyst. We're not seeing any movement in the market that is positive. We're down some 0.59% as we speak. And it looks like that's how the market will close eventually. The consumer goods side of the market has experienced a bit of some buy side on the likes of Dangote Sugar that has experienced some 10% increase. Nestle, which has, of course, been down as well in prices, has also experienced some mild appreciation. But if you look at other companies that you have in the same category, they are also in the negative territory. So that has not changed anything in the indices of that sector. The banking sector is also facing the same challenge. There's really no movement, no positive movement in it. Instead, every company, almost all the main names that you have under the banking stocks are currently down, in spite of the fact that they are found on the top trades chart of the market. They dominate that side as we speak in the market. However, there's a bit of a news. Royal Exchange, one of the key insurance, non-life insurance companies in Nigeria here, is getting some kind of key interest from a German P&E. I think it's an Insure Resilience Investment Fund. They're taking over some 39.25% stake in Royal Exchange General Insurance. And of course, we understand that that particular German company is targeting some 1 million Nigerian farmers by the year 2025. So it looks like they're taking advantage of the agricultural investments that the federal government has, put more attention on in recent times. So now going to something you call agricultural insurance or thereabouts. So perhaps that is an area that we will be seeing them playing out more. However, we haven't really seen any positive reaction to this. We only understand that the deal has been concluded, but they haven't implemented. So perhaps that is something that will eventually change the price of the company from 22 kobo and move it upward. That's about the only news we have in the market right now. We understand traders are really still bearish about putting money on that company because this is not the first time we are seeing some PEs, some private equity investors, promising to invest in a company, and then at the end of the day, nothing happens. We've seen that in the case of Japol, in the case of Unity Bank, in the case of ASU Savings, and a couple of other companies. That never happened. So it is why that's why investors are really waiting to see if that will come through or not.
All right, Temple, let's just hope that could spur the market eventually if it comes through. Thank you for those updates. And that's it as well on the program. Thank you for watching. I'm Chimezi Obi. You're welcome.